closest to heaven that I'll ever be.
We are in the middle of the way. Imagine that you're singing, I am singing like this, and every now and then I activate my vocal folds. Sometimes you won't get the full closure, but you won't get the totally breathy and soft sound either. You get to somewhere in the middle, and that's when we have this small distortion here, which is a phaser voice. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis. And today we're going to listen to Goo Goo Dolls' Iris. So it have just been released, the Tiny Desk concert with Goo Goo Dolls, and I'm really excited to listen to this. I love the song Iris, I've sang it quite a few times, and I'm curious to see how they're doing it here. And of course, I also love the Tiny Desk concert. I watched several of them, I just love the concept. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Kyle Lish, I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. My latest single, I'll Be There, is out on all major music platforms. You can stream it, the link is in the description below, and I'm about to release this Friday. My newest song is called Leave It All Behind. It will be a heavier song, so if you are into vocal distortions, heavy guitars, you'll like it. And another thing that I must say as a singer myself is that a goal / a dream of mine is to have my own Tiny Desk concert. Let's see, maybe in the future, fingers crossed. And as a voice teacher, my work is based on laryngeal physiology, what the muscles that we have inside our larynxes they do for us to achieve the sounds that we want in contemporary singing. If you want to learn more about my work or potentially become a singing student of mine, check out my online singing course, Using Your Voice page, link down below, that we cover a range of different topics inside singing. We talk about how to belt out high notes, we talk about voice physiology, vocal warm-ups, different techniques, active vocal schemes, passive vocal schemes, ornaments such as yodels, vibratos, runs, vocal distortions, of course, how to practice and apply them in a healthy way for you and your voice, so that you don't hurt yourself as you do this rough vocal effects. Alright, so that said, let's listen to Goo Goo Dolls' Iris live at a Tiny Desk concert that they just had.
Just to, I mean, I know you guys, it's like, this is like public radio. It's really cool. But, you know, if you want to sing, you can. All right? So, here we go.
I don't remember what's the original key of the song, so let's check it out. Okay, it seems like
Public radio, it's really cool. But, you know, if you want to sing, you can. All right? So, here we go.
So it's half a step lower than the original recording. It's not a lot, just a half step, and the song has a few high parts. So let's see how he's doing it. On his late 50s, maybe 60 years old. So let's see how his voice is holding up. Notice that he's a kind of singer that applies or used to apply a lot of vocal distortions. Specifically, vocal distortions contain some hiss, some breathiness. Yeah! So let's see how his voice is holding up. Such a beautiful song.
I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now, 'cause all I can is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. Sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight.
Alright, so first thing here is that we have a lot of breathy voices, which is a kind of passive vocal scheme that we have. That is, the vocal folds are not closing with that much strength. We don't have as much compression. So instead of singing, hey, active vocal folds, hey, passive vocal folds, hey, passive vocal folds with breathiness as well. There's a vocal scheme that inside vocal anthropophysiology, which is the framework for my work as a voice teacher, we call that a breathy voice. That's the name of the vocal scheme.
You're the closest.
So when we have that sound, closest to heaven, and we also have some active schemes, that compression, that tension, close the vocal folds themselves, the muscle porta vocalis, are compressing with more strength, and the closest, hey. For the breathy voice, we are of course allowing that escape of air. We have a couple muscles inside our larynxes, the posterior cricoid muscles that are allowing that opening so that we can have that hiss, and we also have the body of the vocal folds more relaxed. We have that. Whenever he's going for a stronger sound, we have the vocal folds trying to close more. And sometimes we are in the middle of the way. Imagine that you're singing, I am singing like this, and every now and then I activate my vocal folds. Sometimes you won't get the full closure, but you won't get the totally breathy and soft sound either. You get to somewhere in the middle, and that's when we have this small distortion here, which is a phaser voice.
That
I'll ever be.
and I
Don't wanna go active.
home right now.
Home passive right now. So he's switching back and forth.
It's all I
In the middle, there's a glottic distortion. It happens at the level of the vocal folds. So we have a bit of crackling, a bit of coming from the arytenoid cartilages, and we also have the body of the vocal folds, specifically the intersection between the middle third and the posterior third of the vocal folds, allowing that breathiness so that we can have the hiss that's part of the distortion as well. So that's what we call a phaser voice. Something in the direction of the phaser. Not exactly a fully intentional phaser, but something that goes in the direction of.
this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand.
So, mostly active vocal folds. Whenever we are singing with active vocal folds above the E4, hey, and that was a G sharp, hey, we're singing with active vocal folds up there. Inside vocal anthropophysiology, we call that vocal scheme a warn voice, the voice that you would use to warn someone about something. Imagine that you're crossing the street, you see someone on the other side of the street that you want to call them, hey, you want to be heard in a noisy environment, and you just shout, hey! The sound needs to be high, and it also needs to be a bit stronger, otherwise it won't cut through other sounds. That's the warn voice. And of course, in the context of singing, we need to be a bit more technical about how we are doing it, the level of volume, how the muscles are behaving, but basically, physiologically, it's quite similar to what we would have in that anthropological, everyday context. You're calling someone on the other side of the street, hey! So we have some of that, and we also have a bit of vocal distortion there as well.
Sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't.
Especially for that tone. And I don't, because I sing this G sharp, and I don't active. If I start to let go just a little bit, and I don't, I'm holding this, I start to let go just a little bit, allow some breathiness to appear. And I don't want the word, instead of don't, we go for don't. Just a bit of breathiness in there, and now we're not talking about an active vocal scheme anymore. We are somewhere in the middle. We are doing a phaser voice.
The world to 'cause I don't think that they'd understand.
And then active.
Where everything made to be broken, I just want you to know I am. And you can't fight the tears that ain't coming, or the moment of truth in your lies. So when everything feels like the movies, yeah, you plead just to know you're alive.
No, again a bit of that hiss, a bit of that phaser, where you bleed just to know instead of you're alive.
Yeah, don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. Where everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
What a beautiful solo we have here. We don't need 10 notes per second for the solo to be good. This is amazing. Of course, I also like really fast and full of shredding solos as well. But it's all about the context, always. The same thing with voice. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I thought I was going to sing the chorus one more time. Okay, guys, so that was Iris by Goo Goo Dolls at the Tiny Desk concert. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think of this particular performance, if you like the song, what you think of my analysis. Let me know what other songs you would like me to analyze here next. Let me know what other songs you would like me to listen to here next. If you want to develop your own voice, check out my online singing course, Building Your. In there we talk about active vocal schemes, if you want to belt out high notes, but also sing low notes with confidence and power. We talk about how to sing softly with passive vocal schemes for you to make your singing more expressive. We talk about vocal distortions, how to learn, apply, and practice them in a way that's healthy, that won't hurt your voice, because we don't want to hurt our voices as we practice vocal technique. We talk about how to properly warm up your voice. We talk about breathing support, voice physiology, if you want to understand more about the muscles and what they do and how to properly exercise them. Talking about that, we have a vocal exercise library full of exercises for each of the techniques that we cover inside the course. We even have a lesson on how to create your own vocal exercises for you to work on specific challenges that you're facing in your repertoire. All of that and much more. Again, that's my singing course, Building Your Voice. I'll leave it linked down below, so check it out. And if you are curious about my own singing, I'm not only a voice teacher, I'm a singer myself, so check out my music. I'll leave a link here for my Spotify with my original songs. I also have a playlist here on YouTube. I'll leave the card up here so that you can listen to my songs. It would mean the world to me if you could go there, listen to my songs, and let me know your thoughts. Again, I'm about to release a new song. It's called Leave It All Behind. I'm releasing it this Friday, so check it out as well, okay? So that's all for today. You enjoy your day, you enjoy your coffee, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change and not the world.